Hi. If you've never seen me, I'm the person behind Vivianity. I create the music, I create the videos, I create everything. If you've seen the announcement of this video, you may know that I announced it originally as a vlog video. Now, the thing is, two things that I realized as soon as I was wanting to make that video, I was like, okay, well, it's cold outside right now, and secondly, the audio would be potentially shit, so I decided to do this instead. So, yeah. What I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna sort of look back at like what this year was and look into the future a little bit. And I was thinking to do this sort of thing like every once in a while, especially like after like big releases, like Forever, for example, in this case. So yeah, this might be a thing that happens more regularly, who knows? So yeah, this video is going to be cut into three parts. The beginning, I'm going to look back at 2025 a little bit. Also talk a little bit about the Forever album, like what it meant to me, what I wanted to achieve, and a little bit about like how it went and stuff. And then finally, I'm going to talk a little bit about how 2026 is going to go, and maybe the future even after that, who knows. So like, this year has been big. I've released 23 tracks, so like 13 plus the 10 Forever album tracks, which is like 2 every month. So one every 2 weeks, which is crazy. I really started this year wanting to push myself, like not even only like artistically, but also like, okay, how far can I get it marketing wise? How far can I get just also my time schedule? How far can I push everything? And I've noticed I have lots of fun, like hyper fixating on like the methodology behind everything. The scheduling especially was so much fun, especially during the album. And I definitely wanted to just like push my music making to the absolute limit and see where it gets me. So then obviously the final result of that was the Forever album. That was like the final push this year. I was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna do, this is it, this is gonna be the bigger thing. And it was definitely the biggest step that I took in 2025. The only problem with it was that I obviously decided to switch genres almost completely. So that was sort of a shot. I shot myself in the foot there, but it just felt nice. It was like the first track I made in like May or June or something, where I was still like uploading like Frenchcore or especially then I had gotten into the Unbreakable EP and I've started finishing that and stuff. And I really feel like with the Forever album, I found something that I really enjoyed. The style of it was really nice. I just really felt like this emotional style clashing with this like, ooh, bam, bam, bam in your face style was just like, ooh, I love that. It was just like emotional melodies, voice in your face sort of style. I like that a lot, especially with like the effects that was on it. It just felt really nice. And then that obviously mixing with the hard clash of like Rawstyle. Because obviously music, I just like music having climax. I grew up with EDM. I love it so much. It's the best thing for me. So yeah, I really felt like I found a style that was unique to me, and I really felt like that was nice and I liked it, and that's why it became so many tracks. It was originally supposed to be 12 tracks even, but I had to scrap the other 2 because I just couldn't get it done in time. So I currently, while recording this video, I forgot to check how much time I spent on it. I can give an approximation, I will edit it in afterwards. And I do know that it was a lot of time was spent on very minor details as well. And yeah, that was a lot of work. Looking back at it, I received a lot of positive feedback. Like, it seems to have like resonated with more people than usual. That might be because it's just way bigger of a project than what I usually do. So obviously people are going to be like, oh. I also marketed it a lot more, and maybe that's a reason. But yeah, that was something I was really happy about. I also had grabbed like a lot of learnings out of it. There's a lot of like mixing decisions that I might have done differently. I was also like in the final links of like mixing everything. I was like, okay, 4 tracks are completely done. These 6 I'm still going to be working on or something. And then it would just happen that I would go like, oh, but I like if I did this, and I wanted to go back and do it on all of them. So yeah, that kind of got in the way, but I ended up choosing to accept the tracks the way they were, and I think it ended up being good. But looking back on it, I wish I could have changed some things. But yeah, I also have a weird tendency. I think I've heard this from more and more people in the artist sphere, is that I'm currently only now accepting the fact that the album sounds how it sounds. There is always like every time I release something, not every time, but almost every time, is like I push it out there. It is the best thing. I love it so much. And then the second I hit release, it's like either already the day before or the weeks after, I'm like, ooh, it doesn't really sound right. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I just can't listen to it anymore. And now I'm sort of slowly starting to like, I listen to it again and I'm just like, ooh, actually, I like this. And that always takes, that is always something really difficult to get used to. You're just like, okay, I want to still advertise it, but I don't like it anymore. And that's an interesting thing to deal with. So that's why I've not really been posting too much after that sort of hit me. So yeah. What is also notable is the fact that the analytical results of it are kind of mixed. On YouTube, for example, it seems to have done worse than anything I've done before, which kind of like blew my expectations, because I felt like the fact that it has such a like connected art style was gonna work a lot better. But it could be multiple things. It could be like the genre, it could be the genre mixed with the art style. Maybe it's just not a real thing that exists and people are... I don't think you see my thumbnails and like the title and you think like, ooh, this is gonna be a Rawstyle. So I think the people that it probably is gonna get marketed to just don't think it's gonna be something for them, and that's just something I gotta deal with. So yeah, that's about Forever. Last point to it, how does the future look in 2026? So I'm honestly not entirely sure. Like, my general thought is that I'm going to slow it down, because in 2025 I created so much music and so much. I tried to push myself in marketing, like on short form content, and something I noticed is that I don't entirely enjoy short form content. It's just not really crazy my thing. I would much rather focus on music and maybe make short form out of that, but I don't really enjoy focusing on it, even though I feel like I have good ideas and I like those ideas, but I just can't imagine myself creating those. And the general idea was like in 2025, I wanted to see, is this something that is feasible for me to do, also like as a job? And what I realized is that while I love creating music, everything else that is like potentially marketable or like could finance it, I think it would be either so much work that I'm doing music on the side, or just something that I wouldn't enjoy, or both. So the real question for me is, do I do music and then I just do something in the industry that like keeps me above water, or do I just instead, which to me now seems like the way more realistic answer, is do computer science, which I'm currently studying, just try to do that full time and then go make music on the side, which either way I feel like I'm doing music on the side. It's just in one direction I have some sort of stability. So yeah, that just feels like the more realistic thing to do. Now the question is, how does this impact you? So I plan to focus on creating music more for fun again. So I'm not gonna create myself deadlines like, ooh, it's been a month, I have to now do something. It's gonna be way more for fun. I create stuff. I'm not gonna be focused on having to release everything, which was very much the case, especially during the Forever album. I think I only ever had like one project in between 2 tracks usually, before I would have a new track that I would want to release. So that's not going to be that big of a thing anymore. Maybe I'll see how it goes. My general idea is to create it for fun again, and then I will only start posting about something that when I feel like, okay, I'm ready to post this. It is ready to be posted in the sense that I don't have to do any like crunch work. Everything is like sort of finished, and I can just chill out, have it be released, and do whatever else I'm doing in my life in the meantime. So for forever, I still want to push out all the shorts that I have. So like for the animations, I still want to create a short out of each one of those, and that's going to be a thing. But other than that, I plan to focus less on marketing, more on just like having fun and doing music. And then basically, I'm just going to let algorithms do their thing. And not really chase views, not go too much into analytics, and just sort of accept whatever comes, because that's probably the healthiest thing for me if I don't plan to make this sort of my plan A, sort of. I just want to make it clear that this is not like the end. This is not like it's over or something. I'm very excited to work on new stuff, and I have cool ideas that I really want to get to. Just right now, I need to focus on something else, because I noticed that if I'm focusing on music the whole time, I can't do anything else. I tend to hyperfixate on it so much, and I don't know how to deal with that, so I have to sort of step back. So yeah, what's coming in 2026? I have cool ideas, so like I'm working on new stuff already. Just before starting the recording on this video, I actually had an idea for something that I don't know if I can get it into Rawstyle, but I might try. Otherwise, it's just going to be a fun side project. I promised the next to you 2026 version. I will see when I do that, whenever I have an inspiration to do something with it. But yeah, general idea is no official deadlines for myself unless I'm done creating. I might post like whatever I'm working on, but be aware that that doesn't mean that that's going to be released anytime soon, if ever. I'm honestly going to be relying way more on like what do I enjoy. But if there's something that I post and you really want to hear it like finalized, you can tell me. Please tell me. I want to know, because the thing is, I usually just create for the sense of creating, and I don't really know what people really want to hear, and then the analytical side of things doesn't really help me. So if you want to hear something finalized, you can tell me. I'm down to hear that sort of feedback. So if you see me creating shorts that or any sort of post that asks like, do you want to see this released, which I know is like in the genre is like it feels like an engagement farm, but I might actually start unironically doing that and genuinely asking, do you want to hear this? And my general takeaway from that is I don't want you to just say yes to everything. Say yes to whatever you feel like is nice. Like, be honest about it, because that's going to help me a lot more. So yeah, I'm probably going to do sneak peeks maybe just for fun. Nothing high quality. I'm not going to be like, okay, I need to do a sneak peek. I need to now create an animation for that. I need to do this. I need to do that. I'm just going to do stuff for fun and give you a sneak peek if I feel like, ooh, if I can't contain my excitement for this project that I'm working on, I'm going to do it. Other than that, I'm probably going to be relatively quiet on the socials. I had a poll a while back, like about music videos. So my general takeaway from that is I'm probably going to do for singles, I'm going to do like loopable music videos. I've seen examples of it, and I think it's a cool idea. So you have like a 20 to 30 second recording that you cut together, and then it gives the whole video sort of movement. And I'm not going to go full on like create a full length music video where everything is animated because it takes, or where everything is like edited because it takes so much time. And I might do that for full like bigger projects if I feel like, ooh, this needs a music video, I'm gonna do it. But other than that, maybe for albums, I'm gonna be focusing more on like animation stuff maybe, or just small like I mentioned, loopable music videos that are relatively low in time, but like they do well. So what do I plan to improve? Because usually like I like to give myself sort of like things I want to improve on. Honestly, I don't really know. I've sort of hit the point where I think most of what I do is sort of like at a max level. There's always stuff you can learn, but like I'm sort of there. Now there's just like taste decisions. So like, I might have more bass in the future, which I've noticed that on my headphones are just high on bass, so I just hear more bass than you do on your headphones, for example. So that's why I'm going to be focusing more on boosting it just a little bit so that it kind of like fits more into the general vibe. If you listen to someone else, some other artist, it's not going to feel like, ooh, where's the bass gone? That's the thing. Yeah, I do feel like some of the tracks I want to create, I want to focus more on like tempo and not losing it, because I feel like forever you had moments where it's just emotions and there's no real tempo. The music isn't very danceable, which is fine. It's not supposed to be, because it's more of like this euphoric and like melodic and like emotional music. But I do feel like I want to make some tracks that are more like, ooh, they give you that club feeling of just like you're just vibing, you're just that sort of feeling. So I'm going to be focusing on tempo in some of the tracks, hopefully. Not sure if I'll see what ideas come up, and then I'll see if it works. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you could take anything from this. This might have just been a complete rant and it's just like nobody cares. But I just sort of wanted to do this because I've noticed I have a feeling like if you're just a listener and you don't know me in person, you probably don't really know what's going on. You have no input. All you see is music gets released, and then I'm like dead for a week, and then maybe I post something, and then I'm dead for another week. Like, you don't really know what's going on, and I thought I would kind of like let you in on that journey. What's going on? What am I thinking about? And sort of that. So like I could make it in like these cut up shorts, but I feel like that there you really lose the personality. It's just like, ooh, it doesn't feel very real. It doesn't feel nice, and I don't really like making those because it's just not my stuff. Other than that, that's sort of it. Yeah, I went through my few points, and we'll see what goes up, what happens in 2026, and yeah, I'm terrified. I'm excited. I'm scared. It's everything. Yeah, I'll see you then.